General Hellraiser.
Peace.
What's going on, bro?
Nothing much, man.
How you doing, man?
Man, I'm great.
Good to know.
I'm great.
Good to know,
Yeah.
for sure, man. Let's talk to it, man. You living or you surviving?
Man, I'm succeeding. I'm transcending in this, in this matrix that we're in.
Come on, bro.
I'm experiencing, just living every day, day by day while prepping for the future.
That's right.
It's the long game. I'm in it for the chess piece. You see,
real.
And that's what it's all about. Just trying to establish those strategic relationships that need to come on, to push me on the way.
That's right.
Because that's like the foundational pieces. That's like, the people are like the insurance policies.
That's right.
Right.
For sure.
Those are my human resources.
That's real. That's
you see
right.
what I mean?
That's right.
Many people don't understand the importance of human resources. Having in-house insurance policies,
Come on.
Where you don't got to go outside the circle, go outside the fold, and this is not no solo game for anybody. You need people that you can depend and rely on. You need people that are masters at their own crafts.
That's real.
And that's what I'm all about. Relationships is first. It's first before anything.
Respect.
Because once that's established, we could do anything together.
That's a fact. That's a fact. Welcome to the Integrity Response with your brother, CEO Khacki. Every individual sitting across from me doesn't believe in being typical, ordinary, or familiar. They're elite, meaning society's norms don't sit well with them. They believe in raising the bar for themselves, family, and for those they may never meet. From those in humble beginnings to those in the midst of greatness and legends who've paved the way. With a comedic edge, I will ask the questions that hold value, and I believe we'll gain insight to the real them. It's the Integrity Response. Let's take them back, man. Let's take them back. General Hellraiser. Before entrepreneurship, before everything you got in the works, at age 9, what did you want to be?
At age 9, I think I wanted to be a firefighter at one point. I don't know. That was like, that was some random, I don't know. At age 9, I just knew I was a kid that wanted to explore and do great things. I believed in Superman. I believed you can fly stuff like that. My imagination was wild.
That's real.
So I wasn't looking in certain areas as far as career wise. I was looking more so like, just crazy things, being able to utilize superpowers, be able to, tap into superpowers and stuff. I always believed in that.
That's real.
And I never stopped actually.
Bro,
you see what I mean?
That's real,
I never stopped.
Never stopped. That's real.
I am an adult fan of Dragon Ball Z, and I know we got some Super Saiyans out here. You know what I'm saying? For the record,
real, bro. For sure, bro. Let's take them back, man. So you are from the south side of Chicago, the Wild 100s.
Yes, sir.
What was life growing up in this? It's crazy you say that, like I was a dreamer, like I believed in taking it to the higher. Where did that come from? Even being faced in, and we can also stereotype south side of Chicago, but why did you always have that in you, man, to actually be a dreamer? Like a really...
I think it was because, at some point, being, from Roseland, Southside, Wild Hundreds, Chicago, we was kind of in this block, on this block, in a block, so it was kind of boxed in to a certain degree but I wasn't never actually boxed in. I didn't really feel that way per se in all circumstances in relation to that, because I always kind of found my way out to explore outside of the block, which many didn't, because even though we grew up on the same block, there's many that didn't realize that life exists outside of this block. You do know we can leave this jurisdiction, right?
Wow.
You do know that, right? But and that's just anything. And I wasn't extraordinarily productive in what I was doing outside the block, but I at least explored outside the block, which still gave me the opportunity to have different experiences, to meet different people.
That's right.
You see what I mean? And those small things, whether small or big, still open up my eyes and open up my perception of life and reality. You see what I mean? Of understanding, possibilities on making sense make sense.
That's right.
As it relates to being, a young adult, teenager and stuff like that. So I think I'm glad I did that, and I appreciate the having a support system as far as having a family that, you know, was a hood family, but we still had our standards, our morals,
That's right.
and our integrity.
That's right.
You see what I mean? I was taught that, because if you fall out of line, you get beat back in line. You see what I mean?
Real. That's real.
So and then, you know, people like, you know, my grandmother and stuff like that did have just enough money to afford and knew of the importance of investing into us and into me specifically, making sure, you know, I'm 13 years old going to Africa. You see what I mean? Getting baptized in the Pink River, going through the slave castle, you know, going through my African initiation, tribal initiations and stuff like that, not knowing what the hell that meant then, but appreciating what it means now.
Right.
Yeah.
Wow. How many siblings?
I have a little brother and a little sister.
Gotcha. Okay, so that also, you know, being the oldest.
Yeah, I gotta.
That's real. So
I gotta
being
set
the oldest,
the tone.
that's right. Setting the tone for a dreamer, setting the tone for expanding those limits, not being confined to you know, certain blocks. You also, through research, I found out that you all were very close knit. You know, like as a family. Just saying that y'all went to Africa early on, like, all right, bro, like, ain't no. We ain't doing that.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? That wasn't 10 black families
that
ain't
wasn't
doing that.
That actually wasn't normal. That wasn't normal. You know, just sending me off different places, you know, go skiing, camping. You know, camping was kind of uncomfortable for me, because I'm like, okay, I'm in somewhere in Wisconsin, somewhere got some, you know, some white boys, some, you know, all different breeds of different things. I got to learn how to communicate, learn how to, you know, so my perspective was a lot different not knowing it. You know, because, you know, I just learned a lot from traveling, and I definitely appreciate Grams for that, for sure, you know, because I know that stuff is not cheap.
Real, bro, that's a fact. In your journey, bro, like just through research, your journey is different. Public school, private school, and homeschool.
100%.
Bro, first person in my entire life that I've ever heard that before. I've never heard of that. So your whole, bro, like just... things make sense. You know, we're going to get to the whole story, but certain things make sense of who you are as a person. How did that affect, you know, the younger you from all three lenses like that?
That's interesting. And I never even thought about the statistics of that, of what you just said. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, a lot of things I was doing, I didn't know what was abnormal or normal, right? Because I'm inside of my world, right? So all I know is that, my mama did certain things, you know. She did certain things. Like, one year I'm going to this school. Well, next year I'm getting snatched out.
Gotcha.
You know?
Gotcha.
And, you know, now I'm up under her curriculum, you know?
Right.
And it's like, you know, and she was a lot harder than the teachers. You see what I mean? So all I know is, like, now that I think about it, it's like, you know, going through being in public school, being in a Christian school, you know, just being in an environment. The Christian school was interesting too, where it's like, you know, everybody kind of knows public school, what comes with that.
Right.
But then going to that Christian school, you know, first of all, that the religious aspect of it, for one, the indoctrination of that, and then you know, just situation where, you know, anybody can whoop you in a Christian school.
Gotcha.
It's just so you know, the principal, the teacher, and you get, you know, we get whooped with rulers.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
So then you go home, then you get your whooping there. You know, and that's kind of how that discipline. So I learned this. I was disciplined by many.
Bro,
I've been disciplined by many.
And I'm saying, you know, and I want to get onto this too, bro. Like the fact that you grew up with your dad also with one of the most disciplined minds as a black belt. Yourself, your whole family has been raised with that certain discipline. That alone right there, you know, when I heard that, I was like, all this stuff is just adding up to who you are. What did that, you know, that certain discipline that you even have in you, instilled in you early, does that make up who you are to this day?
Yeah, because it was, I know it was intentional for, you know, for my mother, for my father to keep me in particular things. You see what I mean? So the martial arts was a key component. You know what I'm saying? So that's the aspect that my father kind of, you know, made sure that, you know, I was always on point, you know, for one, to be able to defend myself, you know, for number one. And then I later learned the essence outside of just that later on in life, you know, when I started appreciating the katas, you know what I'm saying? And the formalities of that, the spirituality that comes with, you know, with martial arts, you know, realizing like, man, this is like, you know, after a certain certain period of time of being, taking my breaks off and stuff like that, I actually started feeling, maybe sort of mentally, lacking somewhere mentally, lacking somewhere spiritually, because I'm not tapped into my source, or that as far as what makes me, that keeps me out of balance. For sure. You know what I'm saying? Mentally and spiritually. Real. So I think that's something that always will have to be in my life and stuff like that. Every person in my life played like a huge key and component to who I am. Real. Whether it's my father this, my mother that, my aunt this, my cousin that, my uncle that. It's like, because as a kid, that's why I know how kids are programmed. Like any little thing, especially Sponges. It's like they're really soaking it in. They're really learning things from each individual person that is in there, because these become the influencers that influence how they think, how they perceive things. So if we understand these things, we can purposely design their minds to operate at a certain level. So everybody has a responsibility and a role in a person's in a youth's life.
And besides martial arts, did you play any other sports?
So martial arts was the main one. I wanted to play basketball. I did have hoop dreams, but it didn't work out. For sure. That's right. It didn't work out.
I was going to ask you this. Okay, so kid coming up in the 90s, in the millennium.
Everybody hoops.
Bro, everybody in Chicago hoops. Too, bro. Like,
everybody hoops. Everybody hoops. Everybody.
What was it like growing up in Chicago at the center when the Bulls were the Bulls? What was that like, bro?
I didn't have a lot of real life sports experiences, like going to games and stuff like that. We at the park, we in the alley with it, shooting on the bucket. That was our hoop. That was what we were, what I'm saying? We had cable at some point, but I didn't watch a lot of TV for sure growing up, and that's good. I don't watch a lot of TV now. I just, if I do watch things, because I'm a vampire. I'm up working late throughout the wee hours. I do have things on. You know what I'm saying? If I do, I'm strategically watching particular things that are stimulating me. Where I can see learning.
Still learning.
That's learning.
24/7.
That's not entertainment right there.
Real, bro.
That's not entertainment.
That's right.
I was just up. And it's different periods with different things stimulate you, and they do something to you. I'm still getting over the effects of Spartacus. I just I know that's not even a new show, but I just got on watching the whole. I binged the whole thing, and it just kind of changed. Just like, man, I just seen so many elements of myself. In his journey. It's like, man, conquering, dividing, conquering territory. Being a king, but then being captured. Then having your wife snatched from you. But then every bone in your body and motivation. To become free again, just to save. It reminds me on, no matter what race, what generation, what point in time. A man has always been stimulated by or empowered by a woman.
That's a fact.
You see what I mean?
That's a fact. That's
everything.
Fact. It
all wars
was over. I'm sitting thinking about Game of Thrones, even as you, bro. Like
a lot of things we would not care to do if it was not for women.
Bro,
because we don't care to do much, to be honest. But it's like for the women and a family. You know what I'm saying? Everything we do on higher levels has nothing to do with us. I don't think
that's a fact.
You know what I'm saying?
That's a fact,
it's cool,
bro.
But I'm talking about what makes us do things when we are not at the most comfortable point to be able to perform. You see what I mean?
Absolutely.
When you got to dig deep inside yourself. You see what I mean? To push through.
Right.
That fuel comes from a deeper place outside of yourself.
Absolutely.
100%.
Absolutely.
100%.
Every time. That's right. That's right, bro. And from there, let's take it back to high school. So around high school, man, through research, I found out that you didn't really, nothing captivated you about high school. You're a free thinker. You're outside of that. You couldn't keep yourself contained. Like most, bro, like perfect example, man. They say most C students are the millionaires. I'm not saying I'm there, not saying I'm not, but that's who I was. Why was high school not saying entertaining, but why was high school not your biggest motivator?
Was nothing motivated me in high school. I just That's when, you know, music became one of my, you know, my next best friends or whatever like that. You know, that was the next thing outside of, I really wanted to be a basketball player for at one point.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah,
I really
sure,
did, you know,
sure.
but music took over from there.
Really?
And then, like I said, martial arts never left. Oh yeah, back to your previous question, I did do gymnastics.
Okay, nice.
Gymnastics, and that was like the first thing right before martial arts.
Gotcha.
And then, but in high school, that's when music kicked in.
Really?
You know, that and music is its own individual drug.
Real,
you know,
bro.
that's when I started, you know, doing things that
That's
you
right.
do when you're
That's
addicted
right.
to things. You know,
That's right.
I sold cars.
Gotcha.
You know, and then, you know, got rid of all my furniture and tried to build a studio inside my room.
Gotcha.
And, you know, really thought that wanted to put everything into this because I believed in this, and I was good at it.
Really?
I was actually really good. And then if I had the right, influencers and sponsorships and support, you know, in music or connections in music during that time, I probably would have been somewhere in music right now.
Gotcha.
I'm glad that happened.
Certain things don't happen.
I'm so glad I did not become successful in music. I'm so glad that would have completely took me off course.
And you know, on that course, you actually you went to, trying to think of the name of the college,
Columbia College
to pursue music production.
Yeah, because I went into the engineering aspect
right.
of it. I wanted
Likewise.
to, you know,
That's right.
if whatever I do, it's not. I can't just be the guy. I have to understand how all this works,
Bro, that's right.
You see what I mean?
Absolutely,
You
man.
know, I have to be, you know, because that's the only thing. That's what has always kept me independent. You know what I'm saying? Because not to say that I know the importance on, you know, delegating tasks for sure. But worst case scenario, you might be the only one in the factory that day.
Gotcha.
So you need to know how all the components work.
So true.
You know, and that's
real.
kind of, you know, I think it's pros and cons to that.
Gotcha.
You know, but you know, I do think it's necessary. You know,
That's real.
You know, even in business, you know, if you don't know the general aspects on, you know, banking, accounting, bookkeeping, and stuff like that, taxes, and you just hire people to just do it for you, they're probably going to be robbing you at some point in time. You see what I mean?
Absolutely.
This is why. You know,
that's real.
because you don't know anything about anything. This is your money. Your money is your responsibility before anybody else's. Now, even though you delegate that task to somebody else, you better have some type of competence on, you know, your finances.
Real.
You know, period.
You started off from here. You started to you begin your financial education with credit repair.
Yeah.
How did that actually shift your thought process behind everything legal? How did, you know?
That's how it really started. It really activated a light on how the law worked.
Real.
You see what I mean? And how just things weren't what they seem to be. It's like, you know, that was the first start, you know, that ventured me. I'm like, oh, okay. You know, but I almost got locked in a box. Because it's an industry, you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So I learned a lot of things in credit repair. You know, that's what got me into. I didn't get too deep into consumer law, but I got into contract law.
Gotcha.
You know, and then I, you know, venture over into like UCC codes and stuff like that. And I'm even going back now into, you know, looking deeper into, you know, contract law itself, Uniform Commercial Code, consumer laws, I have so much going on now. I have to be careful not to fall too deep into. So I'm only focusing on what's absolutely necessary now, while I slowly, you know, add things, you know, add more weight to my caliber in the sense of that, you know. But you know, I had a credit repair business with some partners, and at that point, I've done enough business ventures and failed that I realized I knew when it's either time to tap out or to restructure, regroup, refocus. It's like a shout out to Jeff. He has a brand called Regroup, Refocus. One of my buddies. It just, I knew when I heard a radio advertisement, I think it was Lexington Law.
Yes.
And they was like, they was offering credit repair for $99
a month.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And our credit repair wasn't that cheap.
Gotcha.
You see what I mean?
It was one time. It was a one-time fee.
Right.
It was a monthly fee.
Yeah. So we had, anywhere between $1,200, $1,500, for a credit repair service altogether, right? And then, it might last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 months, depending on the credit profile, right?
Absolutely.
So we had to charge more because we had to service that, that particular profile for a certain duration of time. And I think they still had a 1-year retainer or something like that still too, if something ever, falls back on there and stuff like that. But it was a real, we had to get real close with these clients or whatever.
Right.
Excuse me. And then what we were doing was, my partners was old school. They did everything through physical paperwork and stuff like that. So we'll be going home, with big old book bags full of folders and stuff like that. And to me, it just didn't make sense moving forward. You know what I'm saying? I'm always trying to figure out, okay, how do we scale? Right. In the beginning of everything, the objective is to learn the science of what you're doing. Right.
Gotcha.
So after I've learned the science of what this is, how to perform credit repair, how to service credit repair. Now it's all about how can we make this make more sense and service more people, right? And you cannot be ignorant to the reality of the competitors within the industry that you're in.
Gotcha.
So we got Lexington Law on the radio offering 99. We can't compete with that. We can't. So something is telling us.
Gotcha.
So we have to ask ourselves, how are they able to afford to do what they're doing, right, and still beat us, right? It's like, so they obviously doing something different. So that's when I was aware of, that's when, this is back in the day too. I knew then the world of credit repair has elevated into the cloud. Right. So everything, that's when the first service that came out is still relevant now is Credit Repair Cloud. All these credit repair gurus are using this. That stuff been out back in the day.
Wow.
Before anybody knew about that, I was tapping to Credit Repair Cloud. But I tried to bring that to my partners, and like, yo, we need to go digital.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, yo, we need to go digital.
They say,
we don't, I say there's no, it's like, there's no way we're gonna be able to survive and compete if we keep this original model. And it was as simple as that. They didn't want to elevate to that or transition to that. And I really couldn't keep up doing with things the way they were doing it. And we just spread it ways.
Understand.
And that was kind of it on that. It was understood. It wasn't no issue or whatever. But I'm glad I was to the point where I can make those decisions.
Right.
Because I wouldn't have been able to survive.
Real.
You see what I mean?
Definitely.
I wouldn't have been able to survive. We have to be able to
adapt.
Come on,
and overcome, bro. Like some people who are stuck right there.
We have to evolve with technology. You have to go where technology is at, and that's with anything. As a producer. I still produce certain things here and there, whatever, because it's a part of me.
That's right.
So, but I'm also know how to separate the things that should be a hobby and things that should be a career, right?
Gotcha.
So if I go back and do music, which I still do,
that's right, sure.
I'm in and out. If I'm gonna write, I'm gonna have a little hot season. I'm gonna write as much as I can, get in the studio, stay in there for X amount of hours, and come out with 4 records.
For sure.
Go shoot the video and move on, get back to my regular life. And everybody else gonna think like, oh, he doing all the. No, I'm not in the studio like that. I'm not.
You making
but I know how to give you. I know how to give you my best while I'm in there.
For sure.
I know how to make it look like I ain't done it. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
And I know how to strategically release. I release things that certain. I could have been done that video. I just didn't release it yet.
Real.
So I'm giving it to you in a course where it seems like I'm actually still committed to that task as well. I'm not. If I got 4 videos, I might give you one in January, one in April,
one a quarter.
You see what I mean?
That's
every quarter. So I'm able to control a method of consistency without actually that being in my everyday cycle.
To someone else.
You see
what they feel you should do. No, because you haven't even. That's real. I do it on my own terms of how I do it, and it's gonna make sense in the long run. It's gonna make sense.
It has. Some people try to pick on so many different tasks where it conflicts with the main mission.
Real.
You see what I mean?
That's right.
I can't do that. You know what I'm saying? I've learned better than that. So, but I've learned how to still be able to tap into my outlets. I still need music because it's an outlet to my sake, to manage my sake of sanity.
That's right. That's right.
But as a producer, right? If I go back to be as a producer, producing again, I have to be able to be producing. Production is mobilized now, right?
That's right.
You know, I made my last beat album on my iPad.
Gotcha.
You see what I mean?
Gotcha.
It's
Okay.
no more, but the infatuation of being able to have all these big keyboards
Right,
and
bro.
all these. I love the buttons.
Right.
I love the board. I love it.
That's
I
right.
love it. And taking, spending hours
right.
on the record.
That's
Just
right, bro.
hours. And you just, you know what I'm saying?
That's right. That's right.
The name of the game is not only how good, but how quick can you produce
it
it.
done.
How you're gonna lose every time for a person that's able to outproduce you.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
That's how I
That
know.
is real,
That's how
bro.
I know where you going with this podcast. Because you got
real.
several loaded clips that I know ain't even dropped yet. You know what I'm saying?
Respect,
so,
bro,
so
respect.
people got to be able to. This is universal.
Yes,
This
it
is
is.
universal
Yes, it is, bro.
science.
Yes,
This is
it is.
universal science with everything.
You speaking on scaling.
Scaling.
And while you're speaking, bro, I'm just like, you were scaling without thinking you were scaling. From a car salesman.
Mm-hmm.
That's a lot of law in being a car salesman.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot of law that goes back into that. Consumer, learning the consumer, learning everything, bro. Like, and then credit is
Yeah.
on the forefront of being a car salesman.
Yeah.
Then you turn to credit repair.
Mm-hmm.
And then we get to the Malachian Empire.
Yes. Yeah.
About 6 years old.
Mm-hmm.
It was about 6 years old. You started this about 6 years ago.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Well, even more than that now. Yeah, about that, about 6-7 years. Yep.
Considered a micronation,
Yes.
a non-federal tribal organization. Consider it a solution-based organization. Let's speak on that, man.
So, yeah, we got the Malachian Empire is the new name for it. It started off as just Hellraiser's Legacy.
Gotcha.
Hellraiser's Legacy was just me and my journey, and people that followed me and my journey to reap the benefits of me going through the processes on figuring things out.
Gotcha.
So as I dove into different arenas and figured out the solutions that solve whatever problems that the majority of us were dealing with. Once we solved the problem, we shared it to the people, and that became the results of Hellraiser's Legacy. But it was different though, because I was still in an arena that I was trying to figure out. So, so the Hellraiser Legacy was a strategic group and platform where I was able to learn.
Gotcha.
Even though people looked at me as being a teacher, I never said I was the teacher. I never said I am a master student. Right.
Wow.
So this platform, basically, I'm an information hoarder. So what happened was I went just on a savage period where it's like I was just getting as much information as possible, because in my mind, the information that I had access to, especially if I was getting it from like a digital source, wasn't going to be available like that no more. I felt like it was going to be banned from the internet. So I was downloading stuff, putting it on hard drives. I even started burying hard drives because I knew how powerful the information was. So that was the first thing I did. Now of course, if I'm getting all this, if I'm going through a phase of getting all this information from all different levels on all different capacities, I don't personally have. It's not humanly possible for me to be able to consume all this information because outside of just generally, reading and watching things, whatever like that, I'm still not going to have a true understanding on that information if I haven't actually applied the information in real time and having the experience on using that, or even having the opportunity to have an experience to use it on.
Right.
You see what I mean?
No, that makes sense.
So I'm not going to go and cause a problem to fix the problem. No, I'm only going to deal with the problem. Now the problems I have is the experiences that I might have first.
Gotcha. Right.
So, but I do know that there's hundreds of thousands of people that have other problems.
That's right.
So if you had that problem, I'm like, oh, I got something for you. Try this out.
Wow.
Oh, you got this problem? Oh, try this out. I don't know if this is gonna work, but this is what I got for that.
This is what I got for that.
It became like a library. It was a library.
Wow.
And I'm the librarian.
Gotcha.
So what happens was, within this 2 to 3 period within itself, this is before the Malachian Empire.
Right.
I have, it's flooded with all type of people, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, everybody start using the information, applying the information.
Gotcha.
And we're, of course, we're going over concepts now. Now,
Right.
you could bring me something, I could break down how I perceive it.
Right.
And I did pretty good with that, without having to have to experience it, But what happens is you got hundreds of people coming back with testimonials now.
I was just about to say, how was the feedback? That's right. So that,
On
that
what
creates a
either what worked or what didn't work.
Gotcha.
Either or, it's a learning experience, and in which I didn't have to personally go through.
gotcha.
So now I can take these from people from reputable members, like okay, all right, and as they come back now, I'm learning. Okay, take me through the whole process. What happened when you went to court? What happened when? Okay, what did he say? How did he say it?
Gotcha.
You see what I mean?
Right.
I'm going through all that because so I'm ingesting their learning experience as my own. You know what I'm saying?
For future.
Exactly. So we done went through all that already. You see what I mean? So that was that phase,
Gotcha.
And when we established the Malachian Empire, that's when we had certainty on what
Everything we've already established in the last. Gotcha.
About 30 seconds of your time. I really appreciate your support. With every interview, my aim is to bring integrity and fun back to the culture, and I can't do it without you. If you're enjoying this episode, please hit the subscribe button, leave a comment, and hit the like button. It helps the algorithm. I appreciate you. Back to the interview.
When was the name change?
it had to be.
Look, say it now. Look, was this post-COVID or or
Oh.
or
Yeah,
pre-COVID?
it was before COVID.
Gotcha.
It was before that. Yeah, it was before we was already pumping. Before
And how did that? While we're on that, how did that?
Oh, it was great. COVID was great for us.
Gotcha. Because at that time the economy is
Anytime laws change and
Go ahead.
things like that, that's always great for us.
Right.
Because 99% of the time we've already prepped and planned for this.
Gotcha.
The things that we do are not popular until it's popular. But we plan and master these areas and make ways for us to survive in these arenas before it becomes a thing. Just like I was telling people about the Transparency Act with people that own LLCs.
right.
You see,
That's right. But you said I saw you said it, it's a limited. Might be soon. It might be called a not a limited.
Yeah.
Liability.
yeah. Yeah, it's like it depends on. They only talk about the owners of the LLCs.
Gotcha.
We never own anything. So without ownership, there could be no liability. So you was never supposed to be operating out of trust anyway. So if the LLC is owned by the trust, what are you concerned about? Just play the rules of the game. It's like people only find things to be imperative once the problem happens.
Gotcha.
We see the problem before it happens. We know the world is going digital. We know the world is going to the metaverse.
Why do you think most humans aren't proactive as you are?
People are a lot of people are lazy. A lot of people become comfortable.
Wow.
And like I said, a lot of stuff becomes spirit driven. Like just a lot of things you have to push through spiritually. In order to push through mentally, in order to push through in your physical life.
Gotcha.
And it's just, and a lot of people just don't have a big enough mission. The mission, their goals,
Go
their
ahead, man.
desires,
You about to say
their
something.
desires are not big. Most people's goals is very, very.
Bro, I say it all the time.
What do
Bro,
they want?
I say it
They
all
don't
the
want-
time. It just give me my paycheck at the end of the week. Let me watch my sick. Bro, like some people don't have or not mission driven.
Even if they're entrepreneurs, most people want to get in the business and be their own boss just so they can have the money. But have the money for what?
For what?
The money is a tool and advice. What are you
It's
gonna use it
only
for?
a tool.
Why'd you want to be able to live my life the way? See, you're selfish.
Wow.
You're selfish.
Integrity.
Wow.
You're selfish.
Wow.
You want all this money for what? So you can spend it on yourself.
Wow.
So you know what I'm saying? You don't generate wealth for yourself. Wealth is not for self.
Wow.
Wealth is for your bloodline, your
on.
family tree,
Come on.
your kids' and stuff like that. All these people that have all this money, that's why I be like, I'm. It's very hard to impress me with a lot because we have people that have millions of dollars.
Go ahead.
Millions.
Go ahead.
Millions. But when I look back, and they preach a lot of stuff that they get congratulated for.
Go ahead.
But what are they really doing? What have they really built?
What mark are they really putting?
There's no way that I've been able to accomplish what I've been able to accomplish with the dollars that I've been working with.
Real.
And you have the nerve to be, drowning and swimming in your millions of dollars, and you cannot fathom on how to create anything.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? Everybody's complaining about Facebook and Instagram. You don't have the money and resource to create your own.
We do. We don't want to.
I built my own web browser.
I saw that.
I built my own Zoom.
Zoom. Private.
Oh, 100% private.
How do you? And not only that, but your own AI. Like, how do you get the wherewithal, the mindset to do these type of things where you're light years ahead of your common brother? Your thought process is completely different. Where do you get that from?
I just I don't know. I tap in. It's all connected spiritually. I don't know how the hell I made the web browser. That was my latest my latest creation. One day I'm like, I was on a call. With on the tribal meeting or whatever, right. And we was talking about some private stuff and stuff like that. We was talking about how the web browsers, on how to properly surf the internet.
Gotcha.
We were telling people that, even if you got like the VPNs and stuff like that to switch your IP address, you're still at risk for a breach of privacy.
Gotcha.
When you're using, because the browser that you use to crawl and navigate through the internet, they're gonna, they have these things called cookies and cache and stuff like that. So the cookies are crumbs. The crumbs are fragments of data, that still go off of the main IP of the computer itself. You see what I mean? So, and then they release these things on the computer itself. Gotcha. You see, so it's still not, it can't possibly maintain a certain level of privacy. If they wanted to find out who you were,
absolutely,
they could find that out. So the Googles, the Firefoxes, and all these big names that kind of still sold us out, that sell you a sense of privacy that's not really private. It's private until the people ask for your information.
There you go.
Until the people not like, we need to release those files.
Bro, you mentioned something regarding your phone number and social security number.
Mm-hmm.
Like, as long as it's tied to.
Yeah. Just like, if you got a phone number that's tied to your social security number, I can do a reverse research, a reverse lookup and find out exactly who you are.
Wow.
Where you stay, your family, all that stuff,
Wow.
Just like a lot of banks use your phone number to verify your identity.
Right, that's true.
So for me, I create what's necessary. If we don't, somebody mentioned it on the call. It was like, she's like, well, she was like, well, I guess I'll just wait till we come out the Malachi browser. And I say, Malachi browser. I say, you're right.
Right.
You're right. We need a Malachi browser.
That's real.
And that's how it started.
Just like that.
The next week, I believe it was the next week, because we had weekly meetings, I already created the browser. It took me 1 week, and I had to go into coding at that point.
Gotcha.
Now I'm not an everyday coder, but this is something that I would. I'm a freak of nature at that. So it's like, I'm not like I haven't tapped in like that because I got so much going on.
Right.
So I have to have these moments where I lock down everything, and I need like a good 48 hours to 72 hours to really,
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? That's all I really need. But during that time, that's all I'm doing. That's all I'm doing during that time. I'm learning and implementing, and
Gotcha.
I learned by having focus on a particular task.
Gotcha.
The goal was the browser.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And so that's all I didn't get lost in the world of figuring out how to code in general. I'm only
doing right. I see what you're saying.
You see
Gotcha.
me?
Yes, you're like in a sense of
how do I use this code, create a code to create that? That's all I'm entertaining. That's all I'm researching. That's all I'm implementing. You see what I mean? And then that I remember it first popped up. I say, oh, okay. So what?
Wow.
Can I add this? How about if I add this? If I can code, that's why I got to buy myself some more time. Coding is like a whole nother drug.
Real.
It's a whole. Oh yeah. To be able to just create something, just like everything is a code. Everything is a code. To be able to create something like that was amazing to me, and I can't wait till I buy some time to do version 2.
Right, that's crazy. And where does University of Malachi come into play?
We have to have a educational platform, because without education, we can have all the information and tools we need, you have to educate the people of your nation.
That's right.
You know, you have to, but if we're uncertain and insecure about the current curriculum of today's schooling, then it's our job to create our own.
Gotcha.
Simple as that.
Real.
I'm not gonna complain that they're not changing for their reasons.
And when you can do anything you want to create your own.
Okay, create our own.
Why do you?
And I'm not gonna just do it. I'm not gonna halfway do it either. I'm not gonna
just to say
I'm not gonna be using no third-party platforms.
Gotcha.
I'm not gonna be promoting saying, join my university, but it's really just a Zoom meeting.
Gotcha.
No, this is a university, an online university. It's an online university. People are just like diluting the real meanings behind real things, so people don't know the difference. Like, no. So when I say university, I'm pretty sure everybody thinking of it, what they normally see out there. No, the University of Malachi is a university that you go to, enroll. You go through a curriculum of courses. When you, upon completion, you receive a certificate of completion.
Wow.
We have student IDs.
Right.
We're gonna have graduations.
Wow.
We have real teachers that are gonna be teaching particular courses.
Wow.
Shout out to Dana Blue. She was our first attorney.
That's what's up.
A first trademark attorney to be part of the one of the instructors of the University of Malachi teaching trademark law.
Would you go physical, or for now everything is online based? Or?
We're only focused online because everything going online.
You
see what I mean?
Absolutely.
So when we start seeing Google advertise their certification course and stuff like that, okay, here we go again.
Go ahead.
It's about to happen again.
That transition.
Once we see highly accredited colleges and stuff like that removing things from the curriculum, when they start telling you that we already have a state that now says that it's no longer required for you to have a state bar's license in order to practice law, when we start to think about these things, the certification, the classes and courses within the curriculums are going to become more and more powerful, more and more important, and needs to be more and more available. But we have to be the first ones to do it.
Real.
Or if we wait till all the transition happen, now we're going to be behind schedule again. So we're building it now so that it could be already, set and ready to go for the future. Sure. Nobody cares what we're talking about right now. Just want you to know. Nobody cares what we're talking. Nobody sees the importance or significance of what we're doing right now because they don't know. They can't tell the difference between what we're doing from anybody else out there.
Wow.
Majority can't until they be like, oh, what was that you was talking about? What was that browser you was talking about? What was that Zoom alternative you was talking about? What was that WhatsApp alternative you was talking about? What was that private mail service you was talking about? What was that?
What drives you? What drives you? What keeps you in front of, what keeps you motivated day by day to carry out a mission that's not seen, to carry out a mission that's not, how do I say it? Perceived because of the lazy mind.
It's like once you've accumulated a certain type of understanding, foreknowledge from previous experiences. Remember they say history repeats itself.
That's right.
If that's the case, I kind of can sort of see the future, right? If history repeats itself,
right?
And I've been in so many different industries where I seen like it's changing, it's about to change, it's about to go here, right? So before it goes here, let's set up shop.
Gotcha.
All right, cool. We're right here, right?
Catch everything.
If I know that it's going here,
right.
Now everybody might not follow us right now,
right?
But let's set up right there. Take our time, whatever. By the time it takes its course, boom, we're gonna be right there.
Wow.
So this is the time,
and it will already be set up.
Come on.
It'll, like it won't be, like it'll be set. Mm-hmm. It won't be like no, trust me. It'll be already proven.
We already built up the credibility. We've already had the time in the game. We was one of the first in line, first in time to do it, right? So we got time to until the day you find out that it's an essential. We have time now to iron out all the kinks. Perfect.
You mentioned already, just even hearing, in your recent interviews, you're already on the blockchain, Ethereum, with Malachi coins,
Yeah.
you already are in front of. You're already thinking.
Yes, every nation has to have their own currency, has to have their own language. Necessity. It's a necessity.
Wow.
It's a necessity. The world is going. The only currency that is going to be here is the digital currency.
Wow.
That is going to be the main currency. All the nations and countries around the world are just waiting till they can digitize all of the assets and natural resources.
Gotcha.
As soon as all the assets and natural resources are digitized that are in that space, now they can transition fully from the dollar bill.
Wow.
But things take time. They take
Everything.
it's like-
Absolutely.
but it didn't just start with cryptocurrency or the blockchain. It started when they first released the first debit card.
Wow.
That's when digital currency was first created.
It's true. And that's crazy because we don't even think about it like that. Because we're in it. We're in it. We don't even look. You tap the pay. We don't even think about like what's happening now.
That you can literally,
Wow.
they literally have markets where you can buy parcels of land, real estate, through the blockchain,
Wow.
and actually gain possession of those pieces of land, in real time, in real life, or whatever. When they said something about Snoop had a house in the metaverse.
Yes.
And dude bought his house for X amount of hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Wow. Your empire, Malachi Empire, is not a cult.
No,
It's nothing. Is from the normal lens, someone can feel or think like that.
cool. Let them think. Yeah.
How, to that you say what?
People fear what they don't understand.
Bro.
People fear what they don't know. And you know what? Sometimes I do mess with people. You know what I'm saying? I do.
You're an evil genius.
Why
in a
not?
sense, right?
You know
Why
what I'm
not?
saying? I remember, I knew. It's like but that's never usually my intent.
I know.
But I know you're gonna have certain people that misperceive what you're trying to do. So I remember I went to Walmart. Whole Foods, and that's when I first identified that they had the Palm technology out. Amazon is a major player in the game, so you can pay by card,
Right.
pay by cash, or pay by Palm.
I'm not even there with you right now. What do you mean?
You haven't seen it?
No. No, all right.
Yeah, yeah. It's called. I think it's called One Pay or
Is it a
something.
bracelet or something you wear or what?
It's pay by Palm.
Bro, not like this.
Amazon. Everybody needs to watch the Amazon documentary of Jeff Bezos on YouTube.
Definitely
You're gonna
do that.
see what type of minds that we're dealing with. Who's really in control of a lot of aspects of where the world is going and where the world is.
Wow.
But yeah, so once I first seen that, my mind tells me, see, in anything you doing, you got to be in the game.
Right.
See, my game is the world, where the world is and where the world is going. This is when I'm building the aspects of my empire on off of nothing, because I'm only building essentials.
Gotcha.
So if you're an essential player, you know what I'm saying? I can never go out of business. I
Really?
can never. So when we do receive our millions and racks on racks on racks, are we gonna know we're gonna have more than enough to do what we need to do, because we able to
Key
do
player.
things at the bare minimum, you know? So it's like once I seen the Palm technology, I immediately went back to base. And I was like,
Wow.
okay, we got to start. We got to get ahead of this technology. We got to
Wow.
figure out, what is that? What are they doing? Are they registering the Palm or what? So what I did was I was already toying around some technology, and we had this barcoder that we can embed a barcode on your palm, and it had like but it was UV technology.
Gotcha.
So I wanted to see, could the reader could pick up the this invisible print. You can't see it if I just did like this, but if I
Right.
put the blue light up on it, you can
Right.
see it. So I wanted to see if it scan like that. If possible, we could possibly manipulate the system, where we can have our own data palm registry,
Right.
and
For
our people,
Right.
you know what I'm saying? And then we don't have to be subject to whatever they got going on.
Gotcha.
Wow, but we still pass go just like
Right,
everybody
right.
else. That's the goal of what we're doing.
Wow.
That's the goal of and that's what independence is. All we're doing is making sure we keep up with the technology. Everything that
Absolutely.
we're doing is keeping up with their technology.
I understand.
That's all we're
that.
doing. That's all we're
That
doing.
makes sense.
That's all we're doing. We are subject to their technology and their money in every aspect. You know, that's the purpose. That's the whole point. All of our networks are able to accept regular dollars and debit cards and stuff, credit and stuff like that. But it's also ready for the transition for the Web3 technology.
Gotcha.
You know, where eventually, you're going to have to transfer your money from US dollars to Malachi coins in order to shop with us.
Wow.
You know, just like any other country you travel to, you go to the currency exchange first. You know,
you consider a micronation
now,
right now.
Now. But we're getting on our Christopher Columbus shit.
That's what I was about to say. What is where do you see it? 2-3 decades. Where do you see it?
Oh, 2-3 decades. This is what I do know about the Malachian Empire, is that the things that we're doing and where we're at in general, you know, as far as strategy and things that we've already done.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? A lot of things that we've done could be talked about for years before it ever happens.
Gotcha.
You see what I mean? But these are things that are done, ready to go.
It's not the guy sitting on the front porch
it's
like,
right there.
I told you it would happen.
That's what I'm trying to figure out. Where's all this money going that people are donating to these people that don't never, like, all the things I'm talking about is done. Let's go. You can log in. Go to the Apple Store. Go to the Android. Download our app. Wow. You know what I'm saying? So once we start conquering territory, we're no longer a micronation.
Gotcha.
Because the micronation classification is just because we're a nation inside of a nation right now.
Right.
You know, now when we conquer the territory, the game gonna change again.
Wow. How do you feel about the Fortune 500 companies? Like, as not saying a competitor for, but like, how do you view them? Like, as far as, cause they lead the U.S. Mm-hmm. How do you view them as far as in terms of like partnerships or branching out to create this conglomerate? How do you view them?
I don't only pay attention to a few different type of companies.
Gotcha.
Amazon being one of them.
Absolutely, me too, bro. Absolutely. I'm very bro.
I don't worry about what a lot of men think. What a lot of men are thinking about and doing, except Jeff Bezos. Where's Jeff at with this?
What is he?
Where's Jeff doing?
Jeff do?
What is Jeff doing?
real, bro.
Jeff is a scary man. If y'all watch that documentary, you'll see why.
Bro, I tell people all the time, like when you order Amazon 5 times, and 3 of the times it's UPS or FedEx delivering the Amazon package, this monopoly is coming. Mm-hmm. They're doing something different over here.
Yeah.
Like, they're subcontracting the biggest companies to deliver their packages. That's crazy.
And it's mainly it's for 2 things.
Go ahead.
It's for the survival. First of all, this is for the survival of FedEx and UPS.
Absolutely.
And it's for the expansion.
Go ahead,
It's for the expansion of Amazon. That's where Amazon is at with it. Because you better believe. Look, if you cannot beat them, join them.
That's exactly what.
That's the only way that makes sense for Amazon, for FedEx and UPS,
bro.
Or the post office.
You saying?
Think about Jeff Bezos again. We watched this man take over multiple main international industries.
Absolutely.
The post office, FedEx, and with multiple big players. The post office, FedEx, and UPS. We got to think about that. Then he does the. But it all started from a bookstore.
People.
Online bookstore.
Like you said, scaling.
It's the long game, though.
Scaling.
It's the long game. It was never about a bookstore, though.
Wow.
He'll tell you that. He told the investors for the first 10 years or so, or maybe 20, there won't be no profit.
Wow.
But these are people that invested millions of dollars into Amazon. He said, we're gonna be the first. We're gonna be the biggest bookstore first. First of all, we go back to ancient history. Having books and information.
That's right, bro. That's right. Absolutely. You were. Let's go back to
the book of Eli.
That's right, bro.
So we're gonna be the biggest hoarder and supplier of the books first. Now, once we got the hard copies, let's digitize them.
Yep.
So he did the digitization of assets. He was already on that beforehand. And now, in order to read these books, Here you have the Kindle.
Subscription based.
But it was all about data from day one for
Real.
Jeff Bezos.
He just
The data. And he's responsible for the machine learning, a lot of this machine learning softwares and technology systems right now. It's all about machine learning.
wow.
That's what Jeff Bezos is. He's a technologist. That's what he is. All this other stuff is just what he does.
It's just the forefront of it.
Yeah.
How do you view the world right now? How do you view it?
We in a big old institution. It's like it's like the mice inside of a box. I believe just right now that we have an opportunity, no matter how crazy the world is. No matter if we got big sharks like Jeff Bezos, I think we can still have a position outside of the normal, outside of the norm, if we take advantage on where the world is going. And by positioning ourselves. The people that put themselves in a proper position right now on where the world is going, as opposed to where it's at, will be the new kings and queens within the next century. Guaranteed.
Wow.
It's guaranteed. Guaranteed. You will be the next quote unquote kings and queens of this world, of this country. Guaranteed. It's guaranteed. That's all he did. He knew where the world was going. Oh, and you can have the influence and power based upon each move you make on the chessboard to force the world to go in a certain direction.
Wow.
How
does it feel, General Hellraiser? How does it feel to live outside the Matrix?
I can't say I live outside it. I'm like I'm exactly how Neo was inside the Matrix, right? All I did was build Zion. Zion is the private side, right? I build the private side, we go there, we go there.
And while we're still dwelling.
But we still got to pop out, go boom, 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 do our thing, come back, get back home though.
Real.
Get back to that payphone. That's it.
That's right.
The Matrix, the Matrix, there is no, if you still want to live in certain aspects and experience certain aspects of the world that's connected, because that world is connected to the Matrix, it's all about proper navigation.
Real.
It's all about proper navigation. I feel good about having a sense of security outside the normal person. Yeah, for sure.
Gotcha.
Means of defense. I appreciate myself and others for being aware that it's a damn matrix.
Real, bro.
Some people have no idea what we're talking about or the importance of what we're talking about. And we can't get them to understand either. Because some people are very, very well off, comfortable and stuff like that. Hey, the Matrix pays me off. The Matrix. I'm good. I don't know about you.
No
we're set. I can't even say that. They just in cases like that. You don't know what you don't know.
You don't know what
you don't know what you don't know. That's different. You don't know what you don't know.
You also said in a previous interview, we're easily sold.
Oh, easy sold. Black folks? Yeah. Easily sold.
Explain. What do you I know what you mean, but
we can't we're easily sold, or we easily tend to sell out.
Wow. Again,
we have our goal and mission set is very low. We don't want much of anything outside of, minimum satisfaction, human satisfactions, and desires. I want a lot of money.
Right.
I want a lot of money. 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 And I want to use a lot of money for what I think that a lot of people that have a lot of money do. But it's not a lot of people, it's a lot of us, because that's all we see. I want a lot of money. I want to shop at Gucci. I want to shop at I want a Birkin bag. I want that new car. I want that big house. I want to post Instagram and TikTok reels and just live life and just worry free and and it's just and that's it. That's all they want.
Bro.
So it's all about the only commitment, the committed relationship and loyalty they have is to the actual money itself. So that means whatever makes that
is
if it happens to be you, I love you. If it happens to be that, I love it. If it happens to be that, and I will commit to it, right? But is that But where's the true love for, right?
Wow.
You know, yeah, that's what it is. So we can't build a foundation off of that. And a lot of the things that we're trying to do, it's just hard for the so-called black, you know, American mind to even, you know, fathom, because, you know, we still got a large group of people that are in certain levels of poverty and stuff like that. You know, just have, you know, it's hard to think straight if you know, worried about bills and stuff like that. So I get that. It just understand the current condition, you know, of the people. So by understanding it, and then again, we got some, you know, so-called black Americans that are so-called in position of power, but it's a perception of power that we are actually misperceiving. It's like most black people in power are not in a position of power to actually move something, because if they move outside of their position, they might move themselves out of their position, because their position is only circumstantially secured by them using their influence, money, and power to do particular things that complement another person's agenda that's another agenda that's bigger than them, but they have zero control over. See, our agenda is our agenda, right? And we have full control over our agenda. That's why we will never put ourselves in a position where we receive certain gifts, receive certain handouts and stuff like that, because that's going to limit our position. That's going to limit, you know,
integrity.
Yeah, everything.
But how does that, you know, like, but you know, with that, you know, donations or like sponsorships or anything, how do you, as the leader of it, how do you decide or factor in, how does that work? Because you do have to build, and how does that work? How do you not compromise integrity to move on with the mission, but still build with, you know, subsidiaries, anything that comes with you to build that mission? How do you do that?
It's all about strategic relationships.
Gotcha.
So we're able to leverage the fact that the things we do solve people's problems, or provide a certain level of protection or privacy. The more a person enhances themselves of value, the more they need to be protected, the more they need to be private. Right? It's like, you know, no rich man on the planet wants himself transparently out there like that. You see what I mean?
That's right.
So that's all he knows.
Gotcha.
And outside of that, okay, whatever we doing provides him that, we're game for it. How much? Right? So we provide service. You see what I mean? So now I say it's gonna cost you a little, it'll cost you a lot. Right? So anybody that has, you know, the capital and influence, we always offer them an ambassadorship situation. Where it's like, we don't, us charging you X amount of dollars, a couple $100 or even a couple $1,000 for whatever, doesn't serve us justice. Right? When you have the power and influence just to make a post and build awareness.
Right. It's true.
How about you keep your money's no good to us?
Right.
You know?
I know what you're saying.
And what we need for you don't cost you no money.
Gotcha. How does that? Okay.
It doesn't work like that though.
Gotcha.
Because they want to keep us private as well. You know, they want to keep us private as well. So they prefer to pay.
How does one join what you have? I know there's an application process. It's you can't just, all right, man.
No.
We went to high school together.
No.
Like, what does it all entail, or is that something that's on the private level as well?
Nah, we're open. We're open for an open enrollment, just like a few other tribal organizations. But there is stipulations and enrollment process through application and stuff like that. We are a lot more open and lenient to things like that, but we have a lot of rules, a lot of regulations, a lot of things like that we are asking people to commit to respect the integrity of what we're doing, and to protect the integrity of what we're doing. Outside of that, but that's just now. Times will change, where it's not gonna be an open door policy. That is gonna be, you might have to get brought in through a certain party and stuff like that. But right now, it's pros and cons to it. You know what I'm saying? We are still a fairly new organization, so we need, and as a nation, what does a nation need outside of the things that we offer the nation, which is the people, right?
That's right.
So it's all about population.
That's right, for sure.
So it's all about the numbers right now. So we still have to allow people the chance to come to be in and be a part.
Gotcha.
And that's what if we go back to the history of anything, how anything worked back in the day, it's always been, when something first starts, it's always easy to kind of get in,
That's right, for sure.
and then once we start evolving at certain levels and stuff like that, it's gonna be a little tough now,
right.
But we create treaties, and
Gotcha.
we prefer to create treaties with other organizations, other indigenous organizations and stuff like that. That's kind of our strategy.
Okay, gotcha.
And of course, if we make a treaty with you and your tribe, then if your tribe has 5,000 members, then that's an automatic population addition.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
We become one.
How does that also work? How often do y'all meet?
Every week.
Gotcha. Okay.
Every week, multiple times a week.
Okay, that's good.
Multiple times a week.
What is the basis of the conversation? Is it more so of a check-in, or is it more so of the university of learning, or how?
Mondays are check-ins.
Gotcha.
So Mondays is Q&A calls. We got where the new members come on. They can ask whatever questions they want.
Gotcha.
We go over different things, different concepts. Monday is kind of open floor. You know what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
Tuesdays is our business hour. Wednesdays is our Malachian Bible study and meditation.
Gotcha.
And then Thursday is our Malachian Family Trading Day. We're going over, because we got to learn the market. So that's part. That's one of the biggest things we're doing. The digital currency and cryptocurrency and trading education.
So it's empowerment.
Yeah.
Training, learning.
Yeah.
Staying ahead of the curve.
Consistent. Yeah, and everybody has to be educated.
Gotcha.
Everybody has to be educated. It's not just we're not like just us. We're gonna know this. Now we do have our own classified information that
Gotcha.
Unfortunately all members are not really members.
Explain.
All family is not good family.
Gotcha.
Right. So there's a lot of infiltration that goes on in the community. So we do have to safeguard this and strategically put out information certain ways, and we can't just pour it all the way out at the same time too.
So are there tiers of not saying like
membership?
Gotcha. To where you can advance to this tier after.
Yeah, we do have regular member or an ambassador.
Gotcha.
A diplomatic ambassador. You get chiefs and stuff like that. So that's always open, but it's not something that people like they come in like, so how can I be a chief? How can I be a diplomat? It's like that's not nothing. It's something that you have to just get in, do your thing, play your position, show your value, and then when that time comes, you'll be appointed. There's no application to fill out.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying?
That makes sense.
And that's kind of how it typically works in general. That nobody has nothing real has something like you just come in and say, well, how much for that? How much for the badge?
Right.
Knock it off. Did you go to the police? Did you go to the police academy and say how much for the badge?
How much was the E7? How much do I give it an E7 in the military?
Come on, knock it off. But this is TikTok. This is what people think that they don't get what it is.
And I was also going to say, with building this in this current lifestyle we're in, going against while having integrity, everything going on in this fast-paced world, how are you and your members going against the grain to make sure it's filled with integrity?
Man, we apply a lot of pressure. We're very open and transparent, which still scares people away sometimes, because sometimes I gotta say something people don't want to hear. It just is what it is. It's tough love. This is a real family thing. I've adopted you guys into my family. Because if you wasn't a part of my bloodline, then you're just an adoption. So, but we need to increase the population of the family through other families to accomplish this type of mission.
Right.
Which benefits all of our families.
Gotcha.
You see, what we're doing is completely breaking the rules. Breaking the rules.
The rules that are set.
Mm-hmm. We're making the rules. We're breaking the so-called rules. We're making the rules, but we're also creating a new standard. We create a new standard as it relates to the sovereign community, the conscious community, because as a whole, the conscious community and the sovereign community do not have business ethics. They do not have certain levels of integrity. They do not have a lot of areas of business sense or competent on just management of things or management of people. This is a science to that, And
why do you think that's overlooked in a lot of the communities?
People don't know what they don't know. Again, so these are people that see information is a double-edged sword, right? It can create scholars or, monsters.
You saying something that's real.
You see what I mean?
Scholars are right.
You see what I mean? So, and we're in a world where now the internet self-validation or false validation, because a person can take something that's valid, fame or popularity as a sense of validation, as
a sense of a scholar.
Yeah,
So you're right. You're right.
A person can be saying something that makes absolutely no sense or
merit.
nothing, no backing of it, and can be complete BS. Right. But if they get enough people to agree with it,
it's voila, law. I'm saying that's real. That's real.
And people take advantage of that, So people have utilized. We are in the world of information. Right. We're in the phase within the world of information right now. So so there's a lot of people that want that money.
That's right.
That have taken advantage of that space.
Gotcha.
That's why everybody got courses and master classes now.
Real.
Everybody's a master class. Everybody's a master. What have you mastered?
You think it's a lot of copy and paste master classes?
Majority.
Wow.
Majority. There's two things that they're good at: speaking, lifestyle marketing.
Gotcha.
That's it. And knowing how to regurgitate information. That's it. Only a small fraction of people are really masters of what they do.
Gotcha.
Because for a master takes time in the lab.
That's right.
It's hard to be in the lab in front of the camera all the goddamn time.
Wow.
These people are full-time lifestyle. You ever been online on Instagram? Every time you turn around, they live.
I've seen, absolutely.
If you're always live, how are you living?
How are you creating? What do you
create? Because this stuff take time.
It does.
Time. You have to learn lighting.
Absolutely.
You have to learn the functionality. You have to learn.
Absolutely. Wow. You're right, though. You're right. Wow.
So yeah, lifestyle marketing.
Wow.
Shout out. But if I need, what they should do is have more marketing classes, speaking classes, and stuff like that. That's what I'll give them their trophy for.
Gotcha.
Yeah. But like I said, they'll come take your information, his information, that information, and just create a funnel and get money. Run up the bag, and everybody's always running. It's like you can't keep people focused on a bigger mission, because you cannot keep people focused on a bigger mission, because so and so say all you gotta do is create an LLC, go get $50,000 here. That's why. So that's what we're dealing with.
That's what you're dealing
But it's only our people mainly, even though it affects everybody to certain degrees. But our people mainly cannot stay focused because all these distractions, and all these distractors are actors in the matrix.
Wow.
These are nothing but agents, and they know they're agents. If you ask these guys, they don't care about they don't care about anything. It's all about them.
Them, like you said, it's that money. It's about what you're gonna do with that. It's about them.
Mm-hmm. Be like, and think about, okay, the model. You're the new model now, right? So yeah, everybody is buying these courses because they want to be like you. They want to live like you. Again, what is your true accomplishment?
Real.
You have a nice car. Congratulations.
Nice Lamborghini.
Congratulations.
Right.
Congratulations.
Right. Good job.
Fly suit. Nice. Tailored. Congratulations. Big house. Congratulations. What now? So when I ask you, who are you? Has nothing to do with none of that. And what are you here? What is your life mission?
Wow.
What is your life mission? None of that stuff applies to any of that. Now, if I can't even think. If I seen these guys utilize that as a stepping stone, and now they take just as much of that money and start putting up, do you know how much stuff that we really can do?
Bro, I'm just sitting there.
They don't really want to do that though. That's not part of their.
It's
mission.
not part of that. That's not the mission. That's not the end mission for.
They gonna talk that Black Power
of
stuff
course.
though. They gonna talk that. Are they gonna live it though? It don't take that much money either. It don't take that much money.
Wow.
And then some of us that have the influence, we got to learn how to just know when to establish relationships to actually get those things
Right.
accomplished. You
That's
know,
right.
shout out to Dr. Umar or whatever.
That's right.
Great spokesman.
Right.
No business.
How do you feel about Dr. Umar Johnson and what he does?
I think he's a great speaker. Self-proclaimed in a lot of different things. I can't verify or not, but I know he's a great speaker. And we need influencers. We need people that can get people's attention.
Got you.
We need people to spread the word.
Right.
We need those people. But these people also need to be the ones to understand that they're speaking on information that they don't truly even understand.
Gotcha.
You see what I mean? It's like you might create a strategy, but you're not the architect to build it. You see what I mean? So they have to say, like, they're automatically assuming that themselves as experts in areas of business
Gotcha.
and relations and stuff like that when they're not. There's no reason in the world why it's taking this man this long to establish a damn school.
It's been going on for a while.
Come on, knock it off.
Is it more so the funding or just
No, you think he didn't get the money yet?
with that voice, with that name, it should have been done. You're right.
A school. Right? And then even if we entertain a school, a boys' school, it's just a school. That's not gonna change it's like my
Gotcha.
thing is, and again, this goes back to what we were saying earlier. If you ask me, I would have never put all that energy into a school.
Gotcha.
I would at least not out front. I would have put it into an online university
Where it can be accessible through
where it can affect around
not
the
just
nation.
this county. Just gotcha.
That doesn't, all this energy, all this time, and all this money for a school. And then you talk about the government, and then you're using government resources to try to fund this anti-government mission. GoFundMe. GoFundMe is a government resource.
Wow.
They run that. You accepting cash apps.
Wow.
How are you managing the bookkeeping of these funds? It's impossible. It's random money coming from places. If a person makes a donation to a business, a person should be able to write that, make that,
Right.
use that as a write-off.
That's right.
There's certain bookkeeping on how that you receive a donation certificate,
Right.
all different types of things. Like it's like they're able. Okay, A+ for being able to get people to give y'all money. Some of y'all are experts at getting people to give y'all some money.
Right.
Y'all need to pass that money and pass that ball to people that can get the work done.
Real.
And that you can sit down and play devil's advocate to determine whether that's even a good idea. It sounds good.
Everything-
it sounds
it does.
good.
It does.
Because they tap into here, And so whatever you say, they like, yeah. That sounds good, but actually that does not make any sense because that's not gonna solve anything.
Gotcha.
That's not something that, and we can't scale that. Now, at some point in time, we end up getting once the university is already set
Right.
nationwide online.
Right.
You know what? Now we can start after we start building our own neighborhoods.
Now we can do brick and mortar. Now
Boom, here we go.
Gotcha.
And it's not. It can't be random. Okay. We got 50 states.
Right,
Okay. So
right.
what's logical right now?
Right.
Let's do East Coast,
Come on.
West Coast.
Gotcha.
No, simple. Let's put one in each of the 4 corners.
Where's he from?
I don't know, man.
Okay. Gotcha. Okay.
I don't know. It just I don't understand what these
Yeah.
guys are doing with their they got
With
so
the
much
power.
influence. You got
Right.
so much power, so
That's
much
right.
influence, and he just one of them. It's like, dude, what are you doing with the money, B?
Wow.
It's
Yeah.
like because he doesn't provide a service. I don't even think he wrote a book yet. Damn, I wrote 4 books last year.
Wow.
What's up? I wrote 4 books last year. You a scholar? At least give a
Wow.
product. See, I
Wow.
don't want to. I don't even. We have a donation button. About 5 members in history ever made us a donation.
Gotcha.
And shout out to our elders. We have some smart people, and we need those. I'm not saying for these people to stop doing what they're doing, but knowing when to pass the ball, knowing how to create a strategic partnerships and relationships.
That's right.
So the mission can get, and make sure the mission is clear and really makes sense. You know what I'm saying? And make sure you can't go on these anti-government campaigns and then and not be independent.
Gotcha.
You have to be in a position to talk that type of stuff.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? You have to be already in position, and you can't. I don't believe in because I haven't seen it. You can't use. You can't use the people per se. Hey, yeah, let's come together. Let's do this. And we're gonna do. Put it like this. Shout out to Jay Morrison.
Okay.
Good idea. Didn't make sense.
Gotcha.
Beautiful building, right? I'll get off of that, but I'm gonna say this one thing. I'm gonna say this one thing about that. Our people don't know what they don't know, bro. Real estate, is a marketing industry within itself. That's that right. Many don't understand, right? And to really make money in real estate, you really got to be knees deep, right? Just like with anything,
right?
You have to know the game. In any type of investment, you need to know the game that you're in, right?
That's right.
There's no outs for me, no matter what happens in the world, because I'm so far in the game. When you talk about the conscious and sovereign community, my name is embedded in it. You see me? There's no, whether you try to ignore it or not, it's there. Because there's history that's going to be left here. You know what I'm saying?
That's a fact.
That's there. So in any investment, especially real estate, it's never. I don't think it's ever worked out. Maybe I'm wrong. Where you got all these random individuals investing from all over the place.
Wow.
Making invest. Boom, boom, boom.
Right.
Boom, boom, boom. Everybody's invest. Yeah. Let's all go into a real estate deal together. Unless, listen here.
See the crowdfunding.
How? Why do we have hundreds of investors investing on one building? That will never make sense. Like financially, you will never get that. The minimum investment was $500.
Like, what do you get back? What are we doing? 10, 12%?
It's one building. And it's not. It's cool size, but it's not huge. It's like what?
Right.
How much can we really bring? How much revenue? These are the questions you got to ask.
There you go. Go ahead.
We need to know, if we buy this building, how much revenue do we need to produce in order to make it make sense for the investors that invested into this building?
Real.
That's it. Because if we went over those numbers and they actually seen the returns, they probably would have known they would have been in the negatives.
Gotcha.
You see what I mean?
Is that what's happening?
It's too many people on the pie.
Wow.
It's too they chopping the pie. And then look, as a business owner, when people start when you in a situation where you see people, the owners or CEOs are selling shares, because that's what they was doing.
Oh yeah, okay, gotcha.
If you ever watch Shark Tank,
yes,
right?
Classic, yes.
When a person comes on there that knows their vision, knows their product, know their service, what is the one thing that they try to keep hold of?
Majority of the shares,
which is the equity of the business, the shares. Now we want the funding, and we'll give you 5%.
Right.
We'll give you 10%. But if you got a company that's, all right, give me $5, you get a share. You get a share. You get a share. You get a share. Or whatever of a fraction of a share.
Right.
You got all these people. That means you have, let's say, small number. I think this is way over. So that means you got 500 people, or how many thousand that invested that have a say so. I don't want 1,000 people that don't know nothing about my business to have a say so. You got 1,000 people that don't know nothing about real estate to have a say so.
But had the cash or the money to invest in it, and they're a shareholder, they get 0.1025, whatever it is, and they're part of it.
No, that does not make sense. That's a pump and dump.
Wow.
That's a pump and dump. It never made sense from the beginning. It never makes sense for the beginning. And unless we're coming together in the hundreds to buy a city, what are we talking about?
Wow.
What are we talking about? You just bought this man a crib.
You saying something?
I'm just saying though, it never makes sense. But nobody sat up and think about it because
Go ahead.
they've been mentally manipulated
because
by the spokesman.
the power.
Power influence. All we know is Jay said this is gonna help our community. This is gonna uplift us and blah blah blah. And it's not. It's not.
Where is it currently? Where is it and how is it performing currently?
Well, it just got sold.
Yikes.
Unfortunately, it just got sold, and then all the investors that come. We got one guy that invested $40,000 in that joint.
Bro.
40,000. Oh, he definitely has to say so.
Yes,
40,000. 40,000. This is one build, and the building only costed less than $2 million.
So by my calculations, he's 2%. He invested 2% of it. You said it was 2 million.
Less than 2 million.
Yes.
If honestly, bro, I think it was $1 million. I think it was $1 million for that building, bro. $1 million. Ask yourself.
40,000
for $1 million. Think about it. You don't think that one investor could have got that building by itself?
Bro, just think about the housing. Just putting down 20%.
That's what I'm saying. He could have did that himself.
That's what you meant by pump and dump.
That's what I'm saying.
Gotcha, bro.
That's what I'm saying.
Wow.
That's what I'm saying. It just does not make sense. Again, it goes back again. Our visions are limited, are small, but it seems so big in their minds.
Wow.
No. If that was me, that would have been like, okay, the first such and such of Malachi. But I would have known what it was and what it wasn't.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
If I had ever had the opportunity to have hundreds and thousands of people in an investment, we are looking at a city.
Not a building. Like acres.
Unless we was buying a Sears Tower.
Real. Like, right. Operate out of the right. It's real, bro.
How about this? Okay. We need 1,000 investors.
Right.
That's big. 1,000
investors, $1,000, $1 million.
Well, it depends. See, I'm always keeping my stuff small as possible.
Right,
like I say, too many people on the pie.
I feel you.
100 people.
Yeah.
Right? But let's say we need at least 100 acres of land. Mm-hmm. That's what we're looking for. That's the goal, right? You invest in. Here's your certificate. All right. We get the land. This acre is your land.
Real.
This acre is your land. This acre is your land. Do as you please. Do it. Or what, you see what I mean? That's
Real.
something that is tangibly and financially makes sense. And then everything else that builds on top of that land, you have an equity stake. That's your equity. But
Absolutely.
Initially, you have your piece.
Your piece, right?
If we buy a pizza,
go ahead.
right?
Go ahead.
And we got 10 people in here. We need an extra large or whatever, right? Everybody put equal shares in. Say we buy enough to get 2 pieces. Everybody supposed to get 2 slices
Right.
apiece. That's an equal investment.
Real.
That makes sense. I put up this. We get
We
that.
did.
Split it up. We all eat. We can calculate that.
Real.
We're not calculating. We're making emotional investments.
There you go.
We're making
There you
emotional
go,
investments. We're investing off emotion.
You said something. I'm trying to think. You said in a previous interview about, like you, in a sense, like take your emotions out of business.
Yeah.
Like it's real, bro. Like real. Just like, bro, like, no, like this is business.
It has to make sense.
But
man.
do you think because it's us helping us, the person that's helping, the person that's helping can look at it like us or nobody, so they, not saying bamboozled, but they.
I would not even myself wouldn't even allow
Gotcha.
thyself to accept people to buy into my organization like that.
Integrity.
You can't. I can't give you that position. That's
Gotcha.
a position of power.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? That doesn't make sense. You know, selling off shares of your organization. There's layers to that. I don't want to bash nobody.
Right.
You know, but it's like, man, I keep seeing this, bro. I keep seeing this in our community, and then what that does is that makes it harder for people to actually have actual realistic goals and missions that could actually, or is more so guaranteed to put us in a different position.
Wow.
You know, it's like everybody invested into that. They really thought that it was gonna when a black person make an investment,
Go ahead,
bro,
right.
they think they about to get money. They think they about to get money.
Status all day.
There is no way to
That's
profit
true.
off that.
That's true. That's
There
true.
was no way to profit off that. There was no profit off of that. And that dude that invested 40,000, he should have made him the CEO or something.
Wow.
That's the only way that really makes sense. But he's a regular investor, regular shareholder. Knock it off. But I would question him too.
Gotcha.
You see what I mean?
Absolutely.
You can't just keep putting it on him. You got to question yourself. Make it make sense.
Wow.
Make it make sense.
How would you take on a new thought process behind those that would want to invest? You just
Don't invest in anything you don't understand. If you want to invest, try your money out in the stock market or something like that.
on the Each One Teach One podcast, you had a quote. You said, "Love all, trust none." Bro, like, it's real. Like, I'm just saying, like, in a sense of don't be bamboozled by
Love all, trust none. You know, the ones that's close to you or not. You know, it's one of those things where we just got to limit expectations. You know what I'm saying, of people or whatever like that.
Real.
We think people gonna would do what you would do and stuff like that. You know, we actually think that everybody has a certain sense of integrity.
Gotcha.
They don't.
You don't.
They don't. You know, like they don't, and that complements the decisions you make and
Real.
how you make it and why you made it. People don't even understand why you move the way you move because you consider things. Because you have, in order to have integrity, you got to have consideration.
That's right.
You know,
That's right.
not only for yourself, but for everybody that's involved. You know, if somebody come with a business idea or any idea that you need somebody else's time, you know, money and influence, you have to have a superior level of consideration, right?
Gotcha.
So if you got all these, you got a person that got 100, 1,000 people that's supporting some stuff, you better have a high level of consideration.
That's real.
But now at the end of the day, and this is the thing, and if you fuck up, everybody fuck up.
Right.
If you fuck up, have some integrity.
Have some integrity.
Just say, hey y'all, you know what? We fucked up. You know what I'm saying? look, hey, look,
That's
hey,
real. That's
look.
real.
We thought Xbox, this shit turned out to be fuck. You know, but hey,
But
this is
hey,
what
this is
look.
what we,
You know
this is what we plan to do.
what I am doing. I'm gonna give y'all these free ebooks. Something you can do something.
You can. That's a fact.
You don't
That's a
have to
fact.
dodge and try to
right.
switch the narrative
That's
or
right.
whatever. You
That's
do.
right.
You still have a choice.
That's true.
Because
That's true.
you know, your name and credibility is everything.
That's right.
You see what I mean?
That's right.
So you can't allow nothing to tarnish that. You know, and it's like quit trying to kick stuff up under the rug, especially if you owe people money.
Real.
When it comes down to that, and you owe lots of people money, oh, that's a big deal. You see what I mean? And you know, hey, put it in Jesus' hands, but Jesus can't save you from everything.
That's real, bro.
All right?
That's real. That's a fact. That's a fact, bro.
You know,
Let me ask you this, man. Having more time or money, which one means more to you?
I told you how many days it took me to create the browser. Time.
Integrity.
Because and give me enough time, I can create unlimited wealth or things that create wealth.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? I know if I can buy this much time to create this, I know this is gonna make me that.
Real.
Right?
Real.
And guess what? Being a creator, I mean, I have complete power and control of the outcome of that. You know, there's no overhead for one. I don't like middlemen.
Gotcha.
You know,
Gotcha.
It is what it is. You see what I mean? So I have scalability with that.
Right.
Limited liability. Limited liability for me personally.
Right.
You see what I mean?
Personally, right.
Now the business might not work out. That's another thing. Sometimes you got to test the waters. Jump out there.
That's right.
You know, like I jumped out there. Nah.
Gotcha.
The amount that I'm gonna have to put in this to make this work. it's gonna be counterproductive or conflicting to this that I got going on. So I tried it, but I'm gonna put this on the back burner for now until I maybe have more time to allocate towards that. We just got to be honest with self.
Gotcha.
I think a lot of people just not honest on where you are at right now, because I think there's we have an identity crisis, and people have not honestly reflected on the actual class that they're in. There's a lot of us that are actually low class, statistically.
Absolutely.
And we don't, but we act and live like we're high class, and we do it so great that we forget that we're actually low class or mid class and stuff like that. So we start talking about classes by actual statistic on average personal account balances,
Gotcha.
Average income, average, based upon how many people are in the household.
That's
you see what I mean?
Debt to income ratio.
The amount of debt. Credit to debt ratio.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? We really break those down. A lot of us are low class. You see what I mean? And we will always stay low class because, and not just because of the money, because that's another misinterpretation. It has nothing to do with the money. It has to do with
the lifestyle.
How many people that went from $50,000 a year to getting that job or career that paid them $100,000 a year, and then
started living like
you're a debtor. What you are is a high class debtor.
Wow.
You had $50,000 extra to now you could have took advantage of that to elevate to the next class. You could have used that to position yourself in the next class.
Do you know what, bro? Like, just to say that, it's crazy you say that, because just saying that, going from 50,000 to 100,000. Imagine somebody living for 10 years, like they still made 50,000, $500,000 in 10 years,
easy,
and then 8% interest on top of that,
easy.
Now you're at 750,
easy. Because no matter how much money, and that's the employee mindset. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
That's the employee mindset.
Wow.
Because as a true independent person, that has their own business, you can't afford to even do that, to be honest with you.
Real.
You might do certain things, but you still certain levels you can't just do because you just can't.
You're just right.
And then anybody that wants to grow and elevate in that business, a lot of that capital is going to go right back into the business. Into yourself. You see what I mean? It has to. It has to. Or you still gonna be a slave within your own business on that same level.
Absolutely.
But for the person, the employee mindset, they have a sense of crippled security, where it's like I get paid Friday, so I could blow this whole bag today because Friday is gonna be here, right? So and it's like zero should never be the ground level, the ground floor. Zero should be the point where you set where you can never go past that just in case, right? So zero should never be zero. You know what I'm saying? So zero should be like, say your zero should say whatever that bar is based on where you at.
Right.
But let's say zero should never be zero. Zero should be like maybe 1,000, right?
Gotcha.
So anything under 1,000, you're at zero.
Gotcha.
Right? Now you're going into your reserve at this point, because anything can happen between today and the time you get paid. Your car go out. That's gonna be anywhere between 500 to 1,000.
That's right.
You should not. If you go on a trip, how people be going on trips and then they got to borrow some money.
Absolutely.
Well, that means you shouldn't have went on the trip. You see what I mean?
I live by the rule: if you can't afford to buy it twice, do not buy it.
You shouldn't have been doing it.
Everything I
do.
But
people think they got money every year. If that was the case,
true.
During tax time, everybody got money, right? And then he right back in the same. But at the same time, we got some people that won the lottery. I know niggas personally that won the lottery.
Wow.
And it's broke today. Wow. Why? Because money without financial literacy, you still a high class debtor, and eventually you're gonna be back at the real point zero. If you're a person that really understands the psychology of this, if you set your bar at above the minimum, where a high class, I think I was doing the statistics the other day, I think the high low class, because you have high and lows in each class. So the bottom floor of high class, I think the average account balance in their savings was, I want to say 10,000,
gotcha,
or something like that, and then low class or middle class was 2,000.
Gotcha.
For I just did ours, blacks and stuff like that in America, and then so I'm like, all right, so that means that, all right, this person at this high low class that understands that, all right, minimum is 10,000. That means that if he's at 10,000, he's not comfortable.
Wow.
His shit go from 9 but again, his expenses are higher.
True.
His expenses are higher. You see what I mean? It's like you might need
absolutely.
And then one lump sum is not going to change your life either, per se. You know what I'm saying? If you don't establish a consistent income.
Real.
You know what I'm saying? It's like the money is still, it's like having a bag with a hole in it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? All right, I got this WAP. If you don't make that money work, it's going to eventually run out.
That's a fact.
Because one thing's not going to stop coming every month on time. That's billing his friends.
That's a fact.
Billing his friends. And they like bringing other friends along with it. And then, like I say, we suckers for shit, so we go acquire other debts, to keep up with the Joneses and shit like that. It's not about buying the car. It's about how you bought the car. You know what I'm saying? It's not about buying, you know what I'm saying? I want all good shit, but I'm gonna try to get to the source of the matter. I'm gonna bargain my ass off. I'm gonna try to leverage my ass off. You know what I'm saying? And then make that shit make me money.
Real.
You know what I'm saying? All right, I'm gonna buy this car. I need this motherfucker, right? But I'm finna put this in the business name.
Real, bro.
Throw a little banner on that motherfucker. Right.
Absolutely.
It's not about what you do, it's how you do it. But we got broker mentality, we got broke mentality, we got the rich mentality. You got the rich mentality, you act broke and appear, you know what I'm saying?
And appear rich.
Yeah. It's like, but rich in the mind though.
That's right.
It's like, because without the money, because you can have the $1 million mindset, but you just missing the capital.
Got you.
All you need is your opportunity.
Real.
But if this person, you get it, but you get a broke mind, the richness, he's gonna either deplete it or spend it on drugs, alcohol, women, or whatever else that keep feeding that ego to make it. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Because the rich mindset has to be replenished spiritually,
real,
mentally and spiritually. You see what I mean? Because it's certain things that we have to start. We can't even bring with us on certain levels. You know what I'm saying? It's like a revolving door though. Like, and they say everybody can't go. Everybody can't go upstairs. Everybody can't go upstairs because, and this is where it becomes essential for everybody around you to be, more so asset based.
Real.
It's like, I can't. I'm allergic to broke minded. You know what I'm saying?
Liabilities. That's real, bro.
Because you have to, in order for us to relate. For us to have this relationship, we have to have something to relate to.
That's right.
So if I'm relating to somebody that is beneath my, my class, eventually I might
will start to deflate and go downward.
Start visiting downstairs too much, too often. Forget to go back upstairs. Getting too comfortable, having too much fun. You know what I'm saying? Everybody want to have fun. I don't want to have too much fun.
Bro,
so somebody tell me like, you should take a vacation and like this might be a vacation, right? I'm traveling from Chicago to Atlanta.
Right.
Have fun on your vacation. This ain't no fucking vacation. Now I'm gonna find somewhere to have fun.
That's right, for sure.
Come on, why not? Right? It's business stimulated. It's stimulated off of business. It's like I can't. Oh, you need to turn your phone off for about a week. Yeah. Okay. I'm not turning my phone off for a week just because you think that makes, and I get you. We need to have balance, right? But but can't nobody give you that type of advice. You know what I'm saying? Especially not a worker. You turn your phone off, nobody's affected. If I turn my phone off, thousands of people are affected.
Wow.
Right?
Wow. It's real, bro. It's real. That's a fact.
You can turn your phone off.
That's a fact.
It's not gonna affect anyone.
Where do you see yourself in 5 years?
Hopefully to a point where I can turn my phone off. But
real, bro.
But you gotta know when to do that and not take advice prematurely.
Gotcha.
No, it's game time. Too much stuff is going on. Where's the technology gonna be in 5 years? Technology has grown like times 10 within the past 5 years, faster than it's ever grown before ever with this AI stuff.
That's a fact.
Everybody's trying to figure out what it is and what to do with it. You know what I'm saying? And the people that's smart is utilize it to create things, So it's like, I can't afford to sleep on it. It's so much technology we don't even know about yet. It's scary, and it's like, then we got the internet savages that as soon as they find something, they put it on the internet. I remember when I first came across ChatGPT, I'm like, don't tell nobody about this shit.
I just got put onto that.
Don't tell nobody about this.
I just got put onto that.
I'm like, don't tell nobody about. Then next thing you know, here go to TikTok and Instagram. I say, man, we can't have nothing, man.
Bro, it is amazing what that thing could do. What's next for you, brother?
For the Malachian Empire, it's all about that, just population increase, land acquisition.
Real.
That is That is this year's goal.
Okay.
Every year it has to be like, has to be
A certain
clear
staple.
evidence
Real.
of progress.
Gotcha.
We never had a year without significant things happening. You know what I'm saying? So now once we do the land acquisition, that's gonna shit on everything we've done, because now I'm back at ground one now, right? And then I'm gonna tell you, I'm on the record.
Right.
One skill I haven't picked up yet was carpentry and
Gotcha.
building things like that.
Gotcha.
When I get that village,
The land.
when I get that land, you're gonna see me on there.
Real.
And I'm gonna be building every single day. You see what I mean? And so now I have to go into be a student of a whole nother game now. I have to learn things. You see what I mean?
Right.
Because I'm not finna sit on the land. I'm not finna sit on the land. I'm gonna literally build the fucking village.
Bro.
Integrity.
Real talk. And that's gonna be one of the biggest things I've ever done in the history, for the history of me, us, and the Malachian Empire.
The Malachian Empire. What's that one message you want to give to any supporter, anybody who's viewing this today that, who will be interested in what you have and what you're building? What's that one thing you want to give to them?
Just make sure, you're either in or out, just because people come to us for the things that we offer, and then they come and they go.
Gotcha.
And do their own thing. So that kind of takes away from us. That's like you being at home, you're inviting people in your house, you cooking and stuff like that. Everybody come for supper.
Real.
Then when it's, but everybody thinks they wash dishes.
Wash dishes, right. Take the trash out.
Things like that. That we suffer from that.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
So the more people that we have that are in it, and that's why I appreciate the few percentages of other people that are.
That's right.
We're gonna be able to do a lot of things, and when the world changes, we're gonna be in position, to really do the things we want to do, and we're gonna have that visual prototype and that model. Because all I need to do is successfully build that first village. It don't need to be a big big village. All I need to give me my first 10 acres,
Real.
unincorporated territory.
Well, $50 million in your bank account tomorrow morning, what changes about you?
Give me $50 million. See what happens. Give me $50 million. Give me $1 million. I don't need 50 million. Give me $1 million. Then I don't got to pay back.
Real.
Give me $1 million. I don't need much. You don't need much.
You don't.
You don't really need much.
You don't.
You damn sure don't need much to show some progress. Goddamn it.
Bro, that's a fact. That's a fact.
These niggas getting way too much money for me not to see shit. I should be able to go to it. Where is it at? Because these things take time to produce. Where are we at with it? Where are we at with it? Where are we at with it?
That's real, bro.
Everything has phases to it. They're not starting it. You can't show you progress. No, that's not the objective anyway.
Wow.
It's not the objective anyway. How big of a dream can I sell?
You think that's where?
And how many people can I get to buy it?
Wow. Do you think that's where they're at with it?
Have you ever sat in front of the computer till your eyes burn?
Absolutely.
You're trying to figure it out.
Right.
You cracking codes of life and stuff like that. They don't care to do that.
Wow.
They don't. They'll tell you that.
Wow. If you were to sit down with a few of them right now, what would that conversation look like?
I would talk a lot of shit. I would challenge a lot of shit.
Challenge real.
Challenge
real.
a lot of bull. But honestly, those are the circles that I want to be in. You know what I'm saying? Where people but they don't surround themselves by people that would challenge them.
Gotcha.
People that just, validate whatever they say. Like, yeah. No, I want people that's gonna challenge me, but I don't want to be in a room full of sheep.
Gotcha.
A real king want to be surrounded by real kings.
That's a fact.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's what drives us. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't want to be the smartest in the room and stuff like that. Only the king that portrays himself to be a king, but he's really a sheep, in wolf clothing.
Gotcha.
Them only one they want to be around a bunch of bottom shelf peasants and stuff like that. People that he's God in their world, but he won't leave outside that circle.
Wow.
And that's how most of them are.
Wow.
That's how most of them would never probably meet me. Never do no podcast. Never that.
I think you're aligning wise. That's coming.
Oh well,
that's gonna come soon.
It happens because they at some point this what happens.
You almost have to.
This is what happens. They start reaching out because they do when they see me coming, because it's inevitable.
That's a fact. That's what I'm saying.
It's like, oh hey, so y'all think we should work together? Yeah, I've been thinking it too. Did you get the last 5 emails? Fuck out of here. Knock it off, man.
That's real.
I know you see what we're doing.
Of course.
I know you see, and you not only see it, you see the benefit that you have people that see the benefit to them.
Gotcha.
Like see us as a necessity to them, right?
Right.
And to the people that follow them.
Gotcha.
They still will not mention it.
Wow.
They will suffer. You know what I'm saying? Before taking that light and putting it on you.
Gotcha.
Because they've been teaching them what you do.
Wow.
But they've been acting like they're the teacher.
Gotcha.
And I ain't say I was the teacher, but I know this is what I do.
Right.
But they're praising him for, oh yeah, I learned that from so and so. That's interesting.
Gotcha. Before we get out of here, what's that one message you want to give to everybody?
It's a few things you never sell. Don't sell your body, don't sell your soul.
Real.
Integrity.
You gotta hold on to it. It ain't no cost to it.
Real.
It ain't no cost to it. And don't sell out. Don't sell out. And build over it, build around it. Stay focused and committed to have a real mission. You know what I'm saying? Have a real mission.
Not be led by puppets, not be led by what's out there, and
think bigger, think better, and hold your own self accountable.
Real.
Just as well as allow people to hold you accountable too. It's like, as we hold each other accountable.
That's real, bro.
Let's do something real. Let's stop talking about it. I'm tired of the speeches. Let's stop talking about it, because it's too many people. We have enough people, competent people in different areas, people that are skilled in different areas, enough money going around through the community to really do some shit. But we just need a few people that actually care about doing some shit.
Gotcha.
That's all I would say. Real. Let's stop selling people dreams and start living the dream.
Real. Real. General Hellraiser, it is tradition on the integrity response. If you can reach to that bowl, grab one fortune cookie. If you can open it and read it to your supporters, and just like that, we out of here.
See if we ain't got an empty one.
Right.
Okay, here we go.
You better not be. I pay top dollar for those.
It says, always a valley before a hill.
Real.
Always a valley before a hill.
Real.
Always a valley before a hill.
Real.
Take steps.
Real, bro.
Take steps. Take steps. Take steps. Respect. I agree with that.
I do too.
Yeah.
General Hellraiser of the Malachian Empire. It's been a pleasure. 2024.
Yes.
Everything you've done, everything you're about to do, everything you're currently doing. This world, bro, what you're doing, I see past what most people will try to deflect. Mm-hmm. What you're trying to do, staying ahead of the curve. In this world, there's so many people trying to do everything to take, not even saying us, to take people down. I appreciate you trying to build people up.
Yeah.
Respect, bro.
Yeah, appreciate you. Appreciate the integrity show.
You already know it, bro. I appreciate you, man.
Yeah,
you know it.
Yeah,
Just like that, man. 2024, the integrity response, General Hellraiser.
Gratitude.
Signing off.
Yes.
Salute.
Yes.